do like the idea of next big dance in an empty bar, but you want to stay and leave?
Thank you, Internet. Thank you, Empty X Saloon. Or is this the Antero Hall part? I'm not sure what part is what. I feel like this is the saloon because it's in that mirror back there. Guys, I'm recording comedy to an empty bar. This will be volume 1 of the empty bar sessions. It'll either go on forever or I'll kill myself. Let's see how it turns out. You guys remember when you were a kid and they threatened you with putting something on your permanent record? Like if you got in trouble and you were under the age of 15, like some teacher or guidance counselor would be like, well, we can put this on your permanent record. And when you're a kid, you're like, fuck, permanent means forever. And it almost works, easily as well as Santa Claus when you're reminded, you know what I mean? But I've been thinking about it, and I kind of wish a permanent record really existed. Hear me out. I've had a lot of relationships end in abysmal fire and dismay because a woman fell in love with the idea of what she thought I could be. Like she fell in love with the potential of me instead of just loving me for me. And if she'd had access to my permanent record, you know, like if you're on date 3, be like, here's my permanent record. Go ahead and get this out of the way. If there's something that's a red flag, we can just end it now. Because my permanent record would have said that I will never live up to my potential and that I have an issue with authority figures. And if you think that you can fix me to live up to my potential, you are now an authority figure. Fuck you. There's nothing wrong with me. And I could have saved like 3 really shitty breakups if they could have just read my permanent record. The problem is I'm too charming. I can tell you all the red flags I've got, but if I bat my pretty green eyes at you, you're wet and it's over. You're not listening to what I'm saying anymore. You're like, I wonder if this big retard fucks like a big retard. And you're just ignoring all the red flags. You guys, I have a problem. I remember when I was a kid, the big thing to do for guys in their 40s is to date like a 20-year-old. Like it made them feel virile or something, I guess. But it's like if you have a midlife crisis, you get a Corvette and you start banging a Hooters waitress. Like that's how that went down. And now, I figure I am beyond my middle point of age. I'm 44 years old. There's no way I'm making it to 88. It is not fucking happening. So I missed my midlife crisis due to not paying attention. And I think I'm going to get a Corvette, but I have no interest in banging anyone under like 33. Because there's math where once you're under like 31, right now, today, if you are under the age of 31, you are closer to my daughter's age than my age, and that's weird. I don't know why. It just seems fucking weird to me. You want to know what else is fucked up about being this age? I had to quit jerking off to internet porn. I see the look on your face. You're like, how the fuck does that happen? The internet's chock full of porn. I want to jerk off to women in my age group. And women in my age group all want to be called stepmommy while they get plowed by young men with abs. And as soon as I hear a chick say, come in mommy, I lose wood. And I'm at an age where I don't want to just waste the wood that I'm given. You still get natural erections? Maybe? No?
Oh, you talking to open bar?
I was talking to you, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you still get erections?
No, I've never had one.
That's scary. Dude, I have friends that have to like pay for boners now. And I still get them for free, so I try and treasure all of them. It's like a waste not, want not type of thing, right? As soon as you start taking boners for granted, the universe takes them away. As soon as you treat every boner like the special miracle that it is, the universe grants you more. It's like reprogramming yourself to accept abundance or whatever the hippies say. You have no interest in my boner talk, do you? Doesn't matter. I'm the one with the microphone. Oh, you guys. I write erotica. Is where I was going with that. I write erotica for two reasons. One, it's a weird power trip to know that I can write something so well that a girl will have an orgasm as a direct result. And two, it impresses me that I'm literate. I could really be retarded, and it'd be such an easy transition that you wouldn't even notice. Be like, does Bear seem off today? Nah, he's just more retarded than normal. Turns out I can't read a lick. It's not true. Quite literate. That's the correct pronunciation of that, right? Literate, if you can read. Right? You know what I cannot do is spell or punctuate. Does that affect my literacy? If I can write a ransom note, I'm still literate, right? Do you need punctuation in a ransom note? Give money or they die. That's all a ransom note is. If you can't spell that, then you got bigger problems. I want to know, so like they said that, are you familiar with the cocaine cow, or, God, what is it? Oh, Freeway Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Not the fat rapper, but the actual guy, Freeway Ricky.
Yeah.
I've read a bunch of interviews with him. I've watched a bunch of video interviews with him. I watched a couple documentaries about him. That guy was illiterate until he was looking at life in prison. And then he taught himself to read so he could figure out how to get himself out of prison. That is crazy survival skill. He was a millionaire. He was like the first crack millionaire ever, and on a huge level. He was making like $5-6 million a day at one point. Completely illiterate. Could you imagine that? I can read and write, and I'm not worth shit. This guy couldn't read anything, and he's a fucking millionaire. So maybe literacy's overrated. Do we have an opinion on the overratedness of literacy? Think it's important to be able to read? Or do you think it matters?
Matters.
On what level?
I mean, you got tits or not?
I mean, I do have tits. I don't see how that follows.
Well, you get
Well-
a bottle of ammonia, and you don't
You
you're
don't
not
need
going
to-
to open it up and think it's going to smell like flowers. You're going to knock yourself out. There's certain
What?
There's been cases of people who couldn't read. They'll pick up a bottle and start sniffing it, thinking it smells like April Fresh. Before you know it,
Man, I feel like if you're dumb enough to know that you can't read, you should be smart enough not to just sniff random bottles. Like, I'm already handicapped. I don't need to add that. I feel like if you're both illiterate and sniffing bottles, that's Darwinism. Because you don't have to sniff bottles. You can be illiterate and become a crack kingpin. If you could be the kingpin of anything, what would you want to be the kingpin of?
porn.
The kingpin of porn?
Porn
Like you want to make the porn or you want to own the porn?
makes it porn. Well,
He's like, well, it's a completely different conversation when you think about it that way. Like, if you make the porn, you get as much money as if you own the porn. Basically, I want the rights to the porn is what I want. Because I don't know how the internet works, though. Like, you can watch porn for free. Where's the money in porn? Do people still pay for porn?
Only suckers.
Right? Like, what the fuck? Who's buying porn?
Uh,
Oh, I bet if you pay for porn, it doesn't have to be step-sibling porn. That's the catch. It's like how if you get Spotify Premium, there's no commercials.
There's got to
If
be,
you get Pornhub Premium, it's actual people fucking, not cousins and sisters and shit.
and there's got to be people out there buying porn because like they have favorite directors or like favorite actresses. Or
Yeah, but at that point, are you collecting porn digitally, or are you buying like actual DVDs and Blu-rays? Did you know that that's why Blu-ray took off over HD DVD?
Yeah, porn. Yeah.
Because porn and Disney sided with Blu-ray. And porn didn't choose till Disney chose. How fucking brilliant is that?
porn's
They were like, you guys, we got two technology choices. They're both phenomenal. We can go with HD DVD. It's just an upgrade of the system we already have. We can go with Blu-ray. And Disney's like, oh, we use a lot of blue in our logos. I think Blu-ray has a nice feel to it. And porn's like, we're going to do what Disney does. And there you go. No more HD DVD. Makes me wonder if that's what happened to 8 tracks. I don't know. Imagine it. Like you're listening to 8 tracks and you only have 8 tracks on it. You can listen to a cassette that can be all the way up to 90 minutes. I feel like that's a better option, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine if you're getting erotica and book on tape on an 8 track. And right as you're about to blow your load all over your dashboard of your 67 Dart, just click and then nothing. Because you ran out of fucking 8 track. The cassette just keeps going, man. I think that's what happened. Betamax, you couldn't pause it properly. You couldn't see the beef shot that you wanted to see. That's why VHS won. You think Facebook's going to the metaverse, because they were the first to like really see what was going on? Porn went VR like 5 years ago. Everything else is just following suit. Where goes porn, so goeseth the U.S. That was more of a social commentary than a joke, you guys.
Think about all the kids who dance on TikTok.
What was your question?
Think about all the kids who dance on TikTok. I mean,
All the kids who dance on TikTok?
oh yeah.
I know that TikTok is a thing that exists. I have never been on TikTok. I have never seen the ticking of a talk.
It's what
I
our
feel
future-
like it's something my daughter would do.
Yeah, it's what your futurists would think. Okay, think about it. You know, in X amount of years, it's going to be in your hand a virtual lady dancing for you, and that's what porn wants. Porn's pushed the technology for a lot of electronics and all that, but now we got our cell phones, and you got little sunshine from Japan doing the shit like that with her boobs popping out. That's it right there. It's gonna.
It's only the future if that's what you're into, though. If you're not into whatever it was from Japan, like, little Japanese girls don't do anything for me. I want a woman with a hairy fucking pussy. I want her to look like she had a couple kids about 20 fucking years ago, and now she just knows that every now and then she likes to get fucked in the ass. I'm not worried about a woman that looks like she could pass for a child. That's creepy and weird. I'm not looking for a woman with a completely shaved pussy. You know what I think happens if you got a completely shaved pussy? I think you had crabs. I'm not trying to fuck a bitch who just had crabs. I want a pussy so hairy that if I fuck on a Saturday morning, I can pull a pubic hair out of my teeth Saturday evening and be like, shit, I did fuck today. That was awesome. Did you ever get your beard stuck in pussy hair like sexual wet Velcro? It's fucking magic. Do you use lube when you jerk off? You just dry.
Spit.
You spit? It doesn't last very long. You have to keep spitting?
No, I like it. Come quick, you know, like.
You
20
come
second-
quick?
Yeah, it's like 20-second job. It's kind of like fast and efficient.
How come you don't love yourself more?
But what?
You don't love yourself enough to really just love yourself for a while? You gotta blow your load in under a minute?
No, it's the equipment I got.
I mean, I get it. I've got specialized equipment too, but I still like to enjoy the process. You know what you need, man? You gotta quit spitting on your dick. Go get you some coconut oil. And you use that coconut oil as lube, and it'll have 3 main side effects. Coconut oil makes everything it touches inherently softer. Your dick skin will become soft and smoother. You'll still see the veins and shit, it just won't look as weird. Your ball sack will become more flexible and buoyant, like it feels amazing. Your pubic hair will be like having a kitten in your lap. You ever grab the top of your dick hair on accident when you're trying to pee in the dark in the morning and you're like, fuck, that's kind of rough and aggressive, no wonder women don't want that in their teeth. If you use coconut oil, it becomes so soft that it doesn't even stick out enough to get stuck in their teeth. It just mushes down like, it's like trying to lick a kitten. You ever poked in the eye by a kitten? Not the fur anyways. I can tell you this, make sure you get cheaper coconut oil. If you get like the bougie virgin pressed coconut oil, it actually smells like coconut. You think to yourself, oh, that's cool. I love tropical drinks. Coconuts are awesome. Pina coladas all day. You know what fucks you up though? First time you eat an almond joy and then get a hard on. You're not ready for that. You can't plan for that. You just wanted a sugary confection from the gas station. You're like, oh, almond joy is delicious. I haven't had one of those in years. Halfway through your 4-piece almond joy, you're like, fuck, now what am I going to do with this hard on? I'm still at work for another 3 hours. You got to disappear for 45 minutes. Why 45 minutes? Because I don't carry coconut oil with me. I have to get some. I'm not going to jerk off dry. That's for cavemen and savages. When I was younger, one of my favorite expressions, like when I really didn't want to do something, like someone would be like, hey man, you want to go to this party? I'd be like, dude, I would rather fuck a box of broken glass. Because it's a graphic visual, right? You just picture a box full of broken glass and then just someone sticking their dick in it. But if you put enough fucking coconut oil in that box of broken glass, everything will just slide around your dick instead of cutting you. It's amazing. Didn't see that coming, did you? Brought it back around full circle. Or at least crescent moon. I was thinking about the Dukes of Hazzard, the original TV show from the early 80s. And while I guess it's racist to put the Confederate flag on the top of the General Lee, it was a cool ass fucking car. You don't see people getting upset because Daisy Duke's shorts were too short. That was mildly offensive too. You can't have transgender people wearing shorts that short. You'd see ball sacks. Don't they feel offended by that? Apparently not. Apparently it's only okay to go after racism, not ballism. I'm not sure where I'm going with that. I just kind of miss the General Lee. You think the stuff that you grow up on, at the time, is going to be the coolest shit ever. And then when you're 40 and you look back on it, you're like, that was pretty fucking cool, but it's not realistic. All I wanted when I was a kid was a fucking Knight Rider car. I wanted KITT. And now you can basically get a Tesla that is everything that KITT should have been, but it doesn't make any cool fucking noises. I'm not going to buy an electric car until they can replicate an exhaust note. Or at least give me a pretend shifter. How come no one's talking about the loss of manual transmissions? Can any of you even drive a stick?
Yeah.
And how satisfying is that? Just, can't do that in an electric car. It's just click. It's fucking gay. Balls on my face gay. It doesn't make any noise and there's no interaction. It's like driving a vibrator. Well, let's just see where it takes me, I guess. I don't trust a car with autopilot. I feel like that's the first machine to take over, right? The car with autopilot is definitely going to be what kills me. And I'd like to thank Stephen King for putting that fear in me at an early age. You guys ever seen the movie Maximum Overdrive? It's a classic. Comet flies over the Earth and all the machines come to life. Semis are running people down on a freeway. Coke machines are pelting people with cans of soda at 50 miles an hour like a fucking pitching machine. It's brilliant. And it put a fear in me to never trust anything, ever. Especially not a machine. And now you want me to get in a car that drives itself but doesn't make noises? It's like witchcraft, right? You want an electric car, don't you? I can see your disapproval, no, this guy's an idiot.
No. Not a fan of them.
And if I had a car that drove itself, I would need completely blacked out windows because I'd get bored and I'd start jerking off. You ever jerk off in your car? Not once. I've done it on a road trip to keep myself awake. Bombing down the highway, feel yourself start to nod off a little bit. Just quick, crank one out. Don't come. Don't come. As soon as you come, you're going to want to take a nap. But if you can get your heart rate up, it's like another 45 minutes of driving that you don't need a Red Bull. And then at some point, you just wind up jerking off every fucking hour on the hour for about 10 minutes. And then when you finally get where you're going, you jerk off one last time, blow your load, and sleep like a champ. That's how you road trip. That and with drugs. You guys ever eat mushrooms?
Yeah.
Did you ever take a shit while you were on mushrooms? Shit feels so fucking good, I thought I might like a thumb in my butt while I jerk off. Turns out I'm right. Turns out I just like a thumb in my butt. Mine, someone else's, whatever. My butt's pretty gross. I'm not going to subject a lot of humans to it. But I stole this mannequin hand from the Old Navy that's giving you the classic Fonzie thumbs up like that. And if I put a little bit of coconut oil on it, I can wedge it between my butt cheeks and just roll into it when I want it. You know how awesome it is to blow your load with a plastic thumb in your butt?
I've done it a few times.
It's amazing, right?
Pretty awesome.
And then when you look back to see if you should be ashamed or not, it's just they're like, yeah, man, we fucking did it. Dave, how am I doing for time? I can't see the clock.
Oh, I think you're good, man.
All right, you guys, this has been Volume 1. We'll do it again
Yes.
next week.
That maximum overdrive you should add it in. The ATM says you should go to hell.
Like an
forgot about
invisible
that
clock
part.
to, you know, have wherever you're
I thought I could see the clock on the menu, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, 21 minutes. I can live with that.